what I find when we explain how big a business we can build with our kind of business model, people feel a bit confused. You can see it in their faces sometimes. They, on the one hand, understand how you can generate a few customers from word of mouth recommendation, which, as you know, is the heart of our business. A person who's an enthusiast about our products just recommending that somebody else tries them. People can understand that. People can understand how you get a few personal customers and make a little bit of extra money. But then it's very difficult to relate that to having a multi-million pound global business with thousands and thousands of consumers around the world. So what I want to share with you is how developing one can lead to another. And it's really very simple. A mistake a lot of people make when they first join our business is that they try and get loads and loads of customers, and they go down often a conventional advertising route, which is such a mistake because all you need is a few personal consumers and the duplication of that to make the model work. Let me show you what I mean. So here you are. We just need to become an enthusiast about the products, share our personal enthusiasm, and we'll get a few people, half a dozen or so. I mean, some people get 20, some people get 3, but typically half a dozen or 10 consumers who buy from you directly. Or, these days, if they don't live locally to you, can buy directly from your website, because everybody in our business gets their own web portal, which is linked directly to Forever's e-commerce site, which means people can order through your name and ID, but directly from Forever. And what happens there, if people are ordering directly from you, you make your 35 to 48% profit margin on all the products people buy from you. You make that in the 30% direct profit at the moment of the sale, and the 5 to 18% bonus that Forever pays back to you. If they order through your website, then Forever pay you the 30% profit margin you would have got directly, plus your 5 to 18% bonus. It's exactly the same, whether it's face-to-face or online. And that is one of the real beauties of our business. Some people choose to do it entirely face-to-face, some people choose to do it entirely online. Both are exactly the equivalent when it comes to generating personal consumers. But having generated our personal consumers at the same time as looking for people who could benefit from the products that we have, we're looking for people who could also benefit from the opportunity that we have. And so we are going to introduce somebody else. And what they're going to do is find a few people who want to buy the products, want to become consumers. They've spread the word about the products, and this will develop a few consumers of their own. They're making their own 30% direct profit margin, 5 to 18% bonus paid directly from Forever. They can have their own web page set up that they can direct people to, so people buy through that, through their ID. Forever pays you what we call a royalty bonus based on the sales of this person, everybody in your team. So it's the customers who are buying products that lead not only to personal profits, but also to the royalty that Forever pays you for the business that we're developing. But these people, they don't just have to be local to you. Let me draw you a map. So this is a map of the UK, Britain. And say you're here right in the middle. But you know, you could sponsor somebody right down here in the tip of Cornwall, where there are people, potential consumers that you will never ever get to meet, that you would never sell products to directly, but through introducing somebody down here, they develop their own consumer base, and Forever is going to pay you a royalty on that because of the link that you introduce them. You could introduce somebody in Kent. They introduce their own consumers. They make their 35 to 48% profit margin. They could even have people buying through their web portal, and whatever people buy, either directly from them or directly through their website, Forever's going to pay you a royalty income on that. You can have distributors up in Scotland that you've introduced. And people are going to be joining the business for whatever reasons they want a home-based business for. So this person in Scotland might be doing it to make a little bit of extra income. This person in Cornwall might be doing it because they want to make a career change. This person in Kent might be a mum who's got a couple of young kids who wants a full-time career but wants it flexibly around her children. They could be all joining for different reasons, but the royalty that gets paid to you is paid on the sales they make to their own handful or so of personal consumers. I want to make the point that you don't have to generate thousands and thousands of consumers personally, or even hundreds and hundreds, or even dozens and dozens of consumers personally to build a big business. It's about this basic business model and then duplicating that through introducing other people. This person here might introduce somebody in London, and they've got their own consumers. And of course they make their 35 to 48% on that. This person receives a royalty, and Forever also pays you a royalty, not just on the people you've introduced directly, but in the people in your team, down several levels in this genealogy. And that's why our industry is referred to often as multi-level marketing, because the royalties refer to the turnover that's created down multiple layers of distributors. But it's not just confined to the UK. Forever is a global business, currently in over 150 countries around the world. So, if here we are in the UK now, on a different scale of map, and this is Europe, then you might be here, you might have introduced somebody in Cornwall, they've got half a dozen consumers, but they also know somebody in France, they introduce somebody here, they have a few consumers. So your Kent person knows somebody in Spain, they get their consumers. They might also introduce other distributors in Spain, and you receive a royalty income on all of the sales of all of these people. So you could have people in the States, in South America, in the Far East, in Australia, in New Zealand. And when you have introduced somebody either directly, whenever they make a sale to one of their consumers, either because of word of mouth directly or through recommending products to their friends on Facebook who then go on to buy through their own e-commerce web portal, you receive a royalty income on those sales. Not only that, you introduce somebody in Scandinavia here, they get their profit on that, you get a royalty on that. They introduce somebody in the States, and this person is recognised as being in your genealogy too, and you receive a royalty income on all that. And this is how we can receive substantial incomes on multiple currencies from a whole host of different countries around the world. Obviously, we can't be paid down an infinite number of levels. There's got to be a limit, because this is about how we share out the profit that is made from any individual sales. But Forever's marketing plan always pays down at least 3 levels, and often more. In fact, the profit sharing program is now global, so any of these, we call them legs, that you have in any country around the world counts for your profit sharing qualification. And by having legs in your country and overseas, this is what contributes to these huge profit sharing checks that we're now seeing. And since Forever's profit share plan became a global plan, we've seen the profit share checks, the size of these checks grow and grow, even for brand new people who are able to qualify in their very first year in the business.